everyone! My name is Lavender Axolotl and welcome back to the Village of Everfrost and to the series Village Makeover, where we are retransforming or redesigning an entire Minecraft village. If you were not here for the last episode, we did the finishing touches by adding some moss splashes and some greenery around the village. Here, let me go into free cam so you all can see the full view. So we add all these green splashes of moss to make it like more green, make it more healthy. And we have released all of the villagers. If we open here, you can see up here, the barricades are no longer there. So the villagers are now finally free to roam around their own village and to experience their new buildings. So let's go ahead and jump right into this episode. Oh, but if you see, there's no new goal today. Well, there's no new goal because, well, we did everything that we came here to do. So I figured, as this will be the final episode, I think that we should take a tour of the village, kind of go back down memory lane and visit each build that we have done for this series. And of course, to start that off is, well, my house being the first build that I did months and months ago. And it was my first time attempting to make like a real nice build house, because what I used to do when I was younger, when I played on the Xbox 360, was my thing for houses, like how I thought a house would be, is just a square, and I just expanded it by basically, so let's say, okay, here's like the square, over here I added a long rectangle shape with a tiny door. And then on the other side, same rectangle shape, and then another big rectangle in the back. And essentially, it was, you came inside and it was like my bedroom. The kitchen was over there. The living room was like back there. And I think I just made like a big bathroom on that side. But yeah, so this is like my first time trying to make a house. Oh yeah, and the roofs, I just did like the classic like stairs roofs. Like I didn't try to use like slabs or anything like that. It was just spruce stairs. But yeah, so this is my first attempt of trying to make a nice house. And the same goes like with the interior, because I just kind of, because what I used to do was just kind of like the necessities that you would typically get, and like in a survival world, mine was creative. So it was just like, oh, here's a furnace, here's a crafting table, here's an ender chest, a regular chest, yeah, and all that stuff. So yeah, I just try to make a nice living area, a nice kitchen area here. And of course, messing with the armor stand mod. Mod. I couldn't tell if I said mom or mods. And of course, up here, we all know, is my room that you've seen many times. All of the animals have moved around because I like logged in and all of them were just up and were following me, so I had to get them back in. And some of the cats are in there. But I did name the kitten. The calico kitten, his name is Orange. I don't know why his name is Orange. That's like the only thing I could think of. So, yeah, there's Orange. But yeah, so basically my room, and of course where we keep the gold journal, and the enchanting room in here. Yeah, Tangerine is in here with the potion making room that I never did. I never messed with it. It's just water bottles in here. Oh yeah, well I do have a potion of healing that I just kind of took from, where was it? From one of the igloos. And of course up here we have my attic where I keep the anvil and my extra armors and tools, you know, all that stuff, and of course the lodestone. And then finally down here in the basement is where my big storage area is located, along with Blueberry, the blue axolotl that I found in one of the lush caves I stumbled upon. So yeah, this was the first build that we ever did, and for me it was really trying to understand like texturing and like, you know, shading, highlights, trying to understand that on my own. Like, I know it would probably be easier if I just look up like tutorial videos of how to do this stuff, but I like figuring out on my own. So this was basically like the start of this building journey. So now this takes on to our next build, and we did two of these, which were these two small houses, because originally I was planning to have some villagers just have no jobs, but that never really became the case. The plan changed because of how small it was. So yeah, it's just basic small house, and of course like a basic living area, and then the same back here with the bedroom, which is now shared by two villagers. I can't see who is the butcher and the leather worker, so this is their house. So yeah, and it's trying to, you know, envision what a small little village house would look like. Now if we quickly go to the other house on the other side, we have this interesting house. Once again, it's another like small house variant, and it's basically set up like a small little apartment area, like one room apartment, where the kitchen and the bedroom and maybe like living room would be the same. And of course this is the home to the mason and the Fletcher. So now that it is getting dark, I'm going to quickly take a nap, and we are going to continue on with the tour. Okay, now that it is morning, we are going to go to the next build, which is the gates and the walls that circle around the entire village. We made this grand gate, welcome the village, struggled with the redstone of lifting this up and down to keep the mobs out. And then of course we can go on top of the wall where the villagers can look out for any potential dangers. And it circles the entire village. It goes all the way up here, but it's a protective case to keep the mobs out. Ow. Since mobs were becoming a big hazard, they kept spawning in, and also since the original villagers all disappeared. And I think this was my biggest build. It was the longest one, because usually I can finish builds within a day, and this took me like a couple days, and I had to stitch in like 2 flashback recordings together, since I built it on 2 separate days. So yeah. Now if we move along to the next one, which is a bit of a walk, it might have been easier if I just did each layer, just talk about the build on each layer, but I wanted to do it in order of when we did stuff. So here is the 4th build, which was the mines, where the villagers will go and collect resources. That minecart is gone again. These iron golems keep pushing the minecart down. I'm gonna have to get it up. But yeah, where we have wood to create more beams as they venture further down. Because if we go ahead and come down here, where I have all the storage of the stuff that they're mining. Yep, there's the cart. And of course this leads to the 5th episode, which was this nether portal that mysteriously appeared and broke through the wall at the end of the mines, where we went in for the sole purpose of grabbing a dried ghast, which is now the nameless one who looks over the village, and also to get magma cream to get frog lights for my house, and then me finding out that the frogs need to eat the actual magma cubes. They don't eat the magma cream like I thought they did. So, and that was a whole thing that I did off camera. So let's get you back right there. Yeah, stop you there to make sure you don't go up. So now let's put this back, and then we'll go on to the next build that we did, which is of course the farmhouse, or the barn house, whatever you want to call, where we made this giant building here that the farmer and shepherd works at, where we wrangled all of these animals in here. We got at least 2 of each, to where it was made for our food supplies and other resources that we needed to make stuff. So this is where all the animals are kept, and of course a small storage area up here where some hay is. And if the farmer or shepherd wants to look outside, I can knock it down. There we go. They have a little window up here, and of course the silo, which is filled to the brim with hay, and a small little trough for the animals to drink. And then technically, because on the same, this would have been the same episode if I just didn't do it off camera. Well, because I forgot, because I wasn't really thinking about it. Where we have the farmer's actual house, where it's really just this long, small little house. Yeah, here's the farmer here, where he has a basic kitchen, basic living room, and then of course his bedroom, and then a basket full of the crops that he has harvested. And of course the little greenery up there is just small and basic, you know, like all the houses are. Speaking of houses, this leads us to the fisherman's hut, which we did here, where we connected a small little like shaded kind of like tent area here, where the fisherman hangs up his catch, and of course stores all of his fish. And of course in here, oh, I didn't know he can open barrels. That's cool. And of course it's the same deal. He has this small little table kitchen. Where he sleeps is over there. And of course in the same episode we created the little dock area right here where the fishermen will go out and fish. And of course, since we're out here, since I did this off camera of doing this terraform of this, so this big chunk of land that was floating forever is now more stable on the ground. And of course the next one that we did, I hope this is the next one, it's like I've done so much of these, they kind of gets fuzzy, but it is the carpenter's house, which is now the carpenter's and librarian's house, since we moved a librarian in here. But basically it was like the carpenter's shop plus residence house mixed into one, but now it's like the library mixed into it as well, where the carpenter will mainly work here, and of course there's a kitchen area, but their place of residence is upstairs, you know, where they keep all their notes, where they sleep, more working desks, and of course a map of the village and the surrounding area that the cartographer has been working on. You're not the cartographer. I wonder where the cartographer is. And oh, excuse me. And of course we're going to go ahead and go in here, since I also did this off camera, the small little library where there's 2 librarians. One's the main one, the other is the assistant, where basically They're in charge of giving books out to villagers who are interested in reading, and then checking them in, checking them out, getting new storage somehow. The villagers don't know how they're getting new books. But yeah. Now I believe it is to go back here. Oh, there's the fisherman. Into the forge area where we did the forge trio of friends. I just realized, no, this isn't the next one, but it's too late. We're going here anyway. So first off, we have the toolsmith. So where the toolsmith comes and makes all the tools, and of course, has everything it needs to make tools: anvil, smithing table, grindstone, the furnace and blast furnace, and of course chest for storage and a crafting table. And the same is said with all the other little tents / huts here, because here is the weaponsmith. It's basically the same thing, work desk, making weapons. And then finally it is the armorer who's making the armor for the village. And still all the same stuff, since they use all the same stuff to make all of the tools, weapons, and armor. Now the area that I should have went here is here. Oh look, all the villagers are really gathering here for some reason. But of course it is the town hall where the villagers will come and have meetings about the village, about events, and all that stuff. We have the records room / library here where they keep all the records and other stuff. And of course the meeting room / kitchen area where the more important villagers will come, they'll eat, and they'll just discuss about things happening in the village. And then of course, the secret mine that goes down below that the forge trio secretly made to get the supplies for the resident houses, which we will visit right now. So I believe the first house is the weaponsmith, yep, right here, with some tough bricks. This is the weaponsmith house. He's already going to bed. And of course, it's just kitchen, living room, and a bedroom, and then gifts from the other Forge Trio members. Now, since it is getting dark, let's go ahead and I'm going to take another nap, and then we will once again continue on with the tour. Okay, next up is the lone house up here, which belongs to the armorer. If we go in here, and of course it's the same as the other Forge Trio's houses, or the weaponsmith's house, where it's kitchen, quaint little living room, and then of course the bedroom down here, and more gifts. Basically that is the armorer. Sorry, I thought I saw something weird. Whoops. There we go. Shut that behind us. And then if we visit the last Forge Trio's house, which is up these staircase that we made to get to it, here is the toolsmith house. And of course, once again, living room, kitchen, and then bedroom down here, and more gifts from the others. And then just two little storage areas here. So it's a lot of copy paste, because I feel like the Forge Trios will have just a lot in common. They may unintentionally copy each other, since they spend so much time with each other that they just kind of develop the same taste. Now we're going to go ahead and come over here, which is the shepherd's house. And of course the shepherd. How did you get in there again? I had to move the iron golem out, and now he's back in. Okay, I guess he's staying in there now. He's making sure the sheep are okay. But yeah, the shepherd has his own sheep that he takes care of. And then of course kitchen, living room, and bedroom. And then the shepherd, works with the farmer begrudgingly, and wants to kind of stay away from others because he is a grouch and he raises prices. So yeah, it's a lot of these houses look the same, where they're either stone or andesite in this case, but all the Forge Trios are out of tough. Because I feel like the villagers would all use building materials for their houses that they can easily grab, where they don't have to go too far down into the mines, where they can where they don't run into any like danger. So they'll probably just grab stone and andesite and then call it good there. Now I believe the next build, we're kind of out of order, but it would be, I believe, is the mason, or okay, you know what? We're just gonna go in here. I know this is the mason and Fletcher were up there. I thought, no, I got them switched up. But here's the leather worker and the butcher's like fused place, and this is where we came to the realization and the trouble that we were running out of room, and I couldn't just make separate houses for all of the villager jobs like we wanted. So we had to compromise and basically put two jobs together. This one, it's the leather worker and the butcher. You know, butcher prepares the meat for the village, and then the leather worker makes leather armor, just like fashion pieces, and also has a offers dyeing the clothes. Let me quickly go back in here, because we are almost done with the tour already. So if we come up here, this building over here is the Mason and Fletcher's building. Yeah, here we go. So this is where the Mason works to prepare all of the building materials and to build the houses. And of course the Fletcher here is where they prepare their bow, their arrow. And of course the Fletcher has their own little hut area here where they mainly work outside. And if we quickly go back down to the main level, excuse me, Iron Golems, thank you for keeping the village safe. Oh, and I forgot to mention, yeah, here's the little stand for the town hall, for when, I guess whoever the mayor of the village is will speak up and will announce stuff to the outside when they don't need to sit in a long meeting. But anyway, we come back down here, because we go to this little target area here, where the Fletcher practices the new crafted bows and arrows, and also gives any guidance for any villagers who are interested on shooting a bow and arrow. And of course that includes attacking a fake mob here, since the Fletcher knows how to defend themselves and knows how to take care of the hostile mobs. Now on to our final build. We once again need to go all the way up to the main. I can't see. Oh, there we go. Excuse me. Thank you. To the main level of the village, cause tucked in back here. That's making me insanely nervous. Oh God, please don't push him off. I know the shepherd is a grouch, but we can't push him off the ledge. That is illegal. You can't do that. Anyway, as I was saying, the last and final build, like actual like building that we did, is the cleric house slash like I guess church building. But yeah, here's the cleric now here, to where basically the villagers will come and they'll pay their respects to the nameless one, of course a donation thing, and of course the cleric goes back here to do his potion stuff, and he knows magic because this is like his living space. And then up here, I did get rid of, there was a ladder down here that I got rid of because I watched the cleric starting to climb up and then he jumped off and hurt himself, so I got rid of that so he just wouldn't do that anymore. But up here is where the cleric goes, all the way up here. And of course I left torches up here. I didn't do the moss because I wanted to have this place be mainly untouched. And here is where the nameless one resides and looks over the village, and where the cleric gives out offerings in this case it would be snowballs, since the happy gas likes snowballs, to appease it, to make sure that the happy gas keeps the village safe. Now with touring all of the buildings, the last thing to look at is all of the past and the greenery that we did in the last 2 episodes. Oh, and the little light poles to give some light. So I think we're just gonna calmly, walk through it, take in all that we have done. We've accomplished so much in like these past months. I didn't think it would take so long to do this project. Well, actually, I guess I should say the opposite. I guess I didn't think it would, this project will suddenly come to the short end. Are you serious? Okay. He's stuck up there again. But yeah, but as I was saying, I didn't think this project would come to a close, I guess, so quickly. Once I got out, or I stopped doing that obligation that I had to do. So much time has been freed up in my hands where I could really crack down and work on this instead of having the inconsistent uploads of maybe getting a few episodes quickly, like within a few days, a few days span, to suddenly you don't see anything for months. And so with all this time, I really could really work on this project because I just mainly wanted to work on this. I wanted to play Minecraft, I wanted to build, I wanted to redesign, establish some story, some lore of all of the villagers here. Because I quite like this little place. I am proud of what we've done here, what we've accomplished, what I managed to figure out with building and trying to get shapes down and colors down and texturing and all that stuff to make some nice, good buildings in here. Just want to show you the farm. I forgot to show you guys the farm. So here's a little farm area that the farmer, plants his crops. Now since it's getting nighttime, we can really see the firefly bushes that we planted everywhere really come out. But yeah, I'm really proud of what we've done, and it's a little bittersweet of having this series suddenly end. Of course, I have other series that I have in mind that I am excited to do, don't get me wrong, but this place has really grown on me, and I'm just gonna really miss this place, miss all the villagers in here, even though that they drove me crazy and it was hard to move them, and their constant humming sounds was really driving me up the wall, but I like this quaint little village. And with that being said, we have walked all of the past, so I guess what's next is we're gonna sleep first to make it morning, and then it's time to pack up and we're going to leave because we did our job. We did what we came to do. Why is the farmer in my bed? But we came what we needed to do, so now it's time to leave. So I think first is we need to retrieve Blueberry. We need to we're gonna take some of our valuables here. So some of our money, I guess some of our coal, we'll take that. We'll leave the copper. The villagers are free to have the copper. So let's pick up Blueberry. Hello, Blueberry. And we're gonna keep you safe in here. Because now we're going to, let's fix this small area here. Because I'll leave everything else here. The villagers, they can have all the supplies here to work more on the village on their own. I think it's time to where they can just improve the village as they like. So let's do that. Put you back. Whoops. Put you back in here. Let's see, what else should we bring? I think we'll keep the gold journal here as like a piece of history. It will forever stay here for the history of Everfrost. Let's see. I think everything can stay in here. They can have the potion supplies that I never used. Up here though, I think we will take the compass in case we ever wanted to come back and visit. And I think that is mainly everything. Let me check to see if I left any food. Okay, so I did leave food in here. Okay, they can have... So I think this will be enough food for the long journey to find our next place of residence. I don't think we need to take anything else. Yeah, so they can all just have that. And I think with all that being said, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you so much for taking this journey on with me, my first series ever. I hope you all enjoyed it, because I really did. And, well, I guess all I have to say is see you in the next series. So, come on everyone. Come on, Inky, Orange, Nugget. Come on, Nugget. Toasty, Floofles, Lilac, and Tangerine. All of you get up. Come on, Nugget. It's time to leave, guys, so let's all head out.